So, Shaun Bailey, she accused you of having a fundamental misunderstanding of institutional racism. How would you respond?
I think the first thing I say is Dawn Butler, or anybody, particularly Dawn Butler, doesn't get to lecture me about, racism and the police. I was a youth worker for 20 years. I trawled the streets of London for 20 years. I've been stopped on my bike, on my roller skates, in my car. I understand the notion of institutional racism far more than she ever will. I've been on the front line dealing with it. That's the first thing. The second piece is she
Absolutely.
contradicted herself, or she was wrong. It is about individual officers. So, for instance, imagine an individual officer is not a racist. He will not look at black people and think, well, they're instantly criminals, or the vice versa if they are a racist. So actually, there's an individual responsibility to every officer to bear that in mind.
But, Shaun, isn't the bigger point that the
I've got
car...
to say, my wider piece is
Yeah.
this. We must not always pressure the police into the corner and just treat them like they're a group of racists. They're there to serve us all. If an officer is a racist, let's get him or her. But if they're not, let's support them to keep us safe. Because under her mayor, under Sadiq Khan, boy, has London become dangerous. And that's something I'm focused on
That's
turning
for sure.
around.
Well, that's for sure. And just on the specific point, though, Shaun, isn't the biggest issue with Dawn Butler's argument, in fact, some people would say that it saw it explode in her face, the car she was driving had tinted windows, so the officers in question actually had no idea of the colour of the driver's or the occupants of that car's skin when they were pulled over.
Precisely. She's telling me I don't understand institutional racism. I'm tell her she doesn't understand lying. The point is this: the officers didn't know, and if I'm incorrect and they're wrong, she should just have released the whole video, not the one that she doctored and flipped and all sorts. Those officers have to be allowed to carry out their job, not just for white people, but for black people in London too. In my mind, there is no black or no white. There's Londoners, and London needs to be made safe. And I'll make the point one more time: actions like hers make London a harder place to police. And under her mayor, we've had record levels of knife crime and homicide as well. She should be backing calls by me to push her mayor to make this place safer, not more complicated for the police to police. I'm shocked that she behaved in this way, knowing what's going on in London.
And absolutely, she can release the tapes, as I have been saying on this show, Shaun, for the past 2 weeks. If she has nothing to hide, just release the tapes, Dawn. Let us see it in full. But I have a feeling, Shaun, she's not releasing them because she knows that it would cause her argument to completely fall down.